Tzu Chi volunteers assisted a family clean up the roof of their house which was destroyed by a fire. Tzu Chi volunteers in Haiti make cookies using the ginseng multigrain powder to be distributed for the children. Selamat datang ke Daily Headlines, saya Simon Gan. Terima kasih menyertai sesi berita kita. Nearing the end of August, a home in Xinjiang caught on fire, and the wooden structure near the roof went up in flames. Upon learning the situation, Tzu Chi volunteers spent the holiday weekend helping them clean up.
The roof of this building is black with soot, as towards the end of August, the wooden dwelling on top here caught on fire and everything was destroyed. Tzu Chi volunteers are here on this day to help clean up the debris.
This is how Tzu Chi volunteers are. Wherever there is someone in need, we head there to serve. Today we are here for our own accord and doing what we can to help.
Volunteers take care to break down the burned furniture as well as the metal items. When it started to rain, they still didn't stop.
My family are Tzu Chi members, but we didn't think about asking them to come or even telling them about the incident, but they still found out. When they said that they would come here to clean up together, I felt really moved about their gesture.
As the fire incident happened on the roof, discussions were had on how best to remove the debris. In the end, a crane was hired to carry it all down.
If we moved it down manually, it might dirty the stairs and it will also be slower. In the end, we decided to clear out a space on the ground and threw everything into a container bag and getting a crane truck to help.
It feels pretty good, and I'm happy about it. When we first came up, it was quite a mess, but now everything is cleaned up, and when the debris is moved down, it will be even cleaner.
40 volunteers spent the holiday weekend giving of themselves so that the homeowners can get back to their lives.
In Chile, Tzu Chi volunteers are in aid distribution for the local residents in Curimon. They traveled 2 hours from the capital, Santiago, to provide the much-needed supplies to 100 families. Here's more. The volunteers are making sure of the nutrient content of the foods as they want to provide the best possible food to help the impoverished people.
There are a total of 12 different supplies right here. The rice is in the other truck. These are the supplies we bought from the supermarket.
Trucks and forklifts were used to move the supplies as they are preparing 100 packages of aid supplies to be distributed.
Today there are 4 cars in total heading to the distribution site. The roads are not paved and are only dirt roads. It will not be easy to drive, but we'll drive slowly to our destination.
As they began their journey from Santiago, they travel up north for almost 2 hours and reach their destination, Curimon. Most of the residents in Curimon are old folks, women and children. Life has already been tough, and with the impact of the pandemic, the aid supplies have become their only hope. Even under the hot sun, the residents are waiting patiently to receive the supplies.
Everything has not been well. I got a job recently and received the aid supplies today. I'm really grateful towards all of you. Thank you.
There are masks, rice. Well, then let them collect the supplies one by one. It saves time and also it's convenient. We do not use any plastic bags, so it's also eco-friendly.
For the residents who have mobility issues, volunteers also assisted in collecting the supplies and sending them to their homes.
I live in this town and work at a local healthcare center. I've seen many residents here suffer because many of them do not have jobs. Fortunately, Tzu Chi Foundation has contacted me and informed me there will be a distribution. Everyone is very grateful towards your arrival.
With a simple smile and a word of thanks, we can feel the warmth in humanity as we need to face the hardships in life with bravery. In Sierra Leone, schools are about to reopen. Tzu Chi Foundation provide 101 schools with buckets so that students can wash their hands. Meanwhile, to raise girls' sanitation awareness, a women's health promotion workshop was held.
Lanyi Foundation, Tzu Chi Freetown Cariters, and Healy Foundation have worked together to safeguard girls' healthcare education.
So we wanted to get them together, partner with Lanyi and Foundation, so that our girls can get the correct information relating to menstruation.
And when Tzu Chi Foundation visited, they were inspired and they liked the idea of reusable pads for the girls for many reasons, as we've all heard. So they went back and improved on it. They produced the Eco one, which is done, I told you they use recycled plastic to produce this.
This is my first time of seeing the reusable pad, so now that they have taught me how to handle it, I know I can be able to use it.
As schools in Sierra Leone are about to open, the school staff must implement the sanitation procedures.
It's going to be reopened and we need more buckets for them to wash their hands. And we pray that at least with the procedures and what we are doing, we'll make sure we'll kick out COVID out of Sierra Leone. Yes, just as our polio was kicked out of the country, we're going to kick COVID. We promise that these buckets and hand wash they have given will be used for the welfare of the children.
So I want to say a big thank you on behalf of the management of the school, the staff, the pupils, even the parents.
As the NGOs have delivered the much-needed supplies, the 101 schools will be able to welcome their students back to campus.
Myanmar Tzu Chi Min Wai Kiao was severely burned by fire at the age of 13 because of an accident. After the incident, Tzu Chi aided his medical and academic fees. Because of his looks, he was bullied by his classmates and he became a bad teenager. Under Tzu Chi's volunteers' guidance, Min Wai Kiao decided to join the team of Tzu Chings. Let's take a look at his story.
The boy, who smoked, drank alcohol and chewed betel nuts before, went through a gap of 6 years because of the treatment of fire burns. Owing to inferiority, he was once lost. As a Tzu Chi long-term scholarship recipient, and remembering his promise with Master Zheng Yan, Mint Wai Kao decided to change himself as he returned to the big Tzu Chi family. In 2018, he joined the Tzu Chi training camp.
Volunteers would teach him the knowledge of kindness, and other Chi Chings never treated him poorly. They treated him as if he was a sibling.
Mint Wai Kao, surrounded by love, slowly opened up himself as he became an outgoing person. He now participates in home visits and assists in constructions, as well as renovations.
Although his face is burnt, he speaks nicely and respects others. He also does things with great tolerance.
During the pandemic, many roads and cities were in lockdown, and there were some villages where volunteers cannot enter for distribution. Mint Wai Kao, who lives in Kunyangong Township, bears the responsibility to distribute rice locally.
This time, I'm taking on the distribution by myself. I'm a bit scared since there might be mistakes. But after all, we completed it successfully, and I feel the Dharma joy.
Afterwards, when there is a distribution, Mint Wai Kao will always carry a picture of Master Zheng Yan, introducing her and Tzu Chi to other people.
Carrying on the mission of compassion while inviting his family to join the volunteer training program, Mint Wai Kao, who almost went on the wrong path, took a dramatic turn and became a safe harbor for others.
In Malaysia, compassion continues at Tzu Chi Zhonglibar Kindergarten. The little alumni met online while sharing vegetarian ideals with each other.
The Tzu Chi Zhonglibar Kindergarten held an alumni event as alumni meet one another online, bringing their parents along the activity of cooking vegetarian spaghetti.
I graduated in the year of 2017, and I wanted to go vegetarian because it hurts to see chickens and ducks being killed.
My name is Edwin Lee Yi-zhe. I'm 7 years old. I keep on eating vegetarian food because I want to save the earth.
The teachers of the kindergarten streamed cooking courses online, to share the benefits and joyfulness of a vegetarian diet. Online meeting participant Jonathan is 3rd grade now, as he is a persistent vegetarian since kindergarten. In the past, his family worried about the lack of nutrition and health in vegetarianism. But after years of verifying and seeing that Jonathan became stronger, the family joined in on vegetarianism.
Because he eats vegetarian food now, so we respect him and also cope with him. He often got sick in the past, but after eating vegetarian food, his situation becomes better and seldom seeks medical attention, which occurred 7 to 8 months a year in the past. Even the doctor was also surprised. I told the doctor it's because Jonathan eats vegetarian food and it is good to the health. After hearing this, the doctor went meatless together with us.
The compassion of little bodhisattvas continued to grow outside of campus, as their family members also joined in to go vegetarian, safeguarding our planet.
U.S. Tzu Chi volunteers have long cared for the disadvantaged in Haiti, and though the pandemic occurred this year, sending love to Haiti never stopped. In August, a container of ginseng multigrain powder arrived in Haiti. Father Tzu Chi Olibrice worked together with local teachers to make cookies for 18,000 children and solitary seniors. Last month, we received a batch of grains from Tzu Chi Foundation. We use this to make grain cakes and give it to students. It serves the purpose to replenish nutrients within their bodies. I'm thankful to Master Zheng Yan and Tzu Chi Foundation for caring and thinking about us. Always helping the students and community of La Saline and Cité Soleil. We still have a long way to go to let these children receive better education, as we highly value education for the kids, since many of their parents and that generation didn't have the chance to attend school and get an education. In order to raise donations for disaster relief and the coronavirus pandemic, Tzu Chi USA will host a special online charity concert on October 17th. Volunteers continue to set up the venue despite the high temperature of 39 degrees Celsius. Take a look at the preparations before the event.
The venue of this year's charity concert is located in San Dimas, California. Tzu Chi U.S. headquarters has decided to put the stage outdoors and needs to clear the space first. Volunteers manage the logistics such as how to move the basketball hoop. Volunteers were both mentally and physically challenged by this task. The local temperature outside is close to 39 degrees Celsius and everyone is sweating, though they are happy in their hard work.
There are nearly a dozen of them here. There are 6 Tzu Chi brothers and 7 or 8 Tzu Chi sisters. Everyone has come to set up the stage.
On October 17th, this charitable concert will be broadcast online. In advance of this, volunteers will arrange a safe and comfortable performance environment.
Lighting, the sun, and where is the tea area? Where is the director going to be? Although we are doing it very simply, with one host only, we still have to practice to be perfect.
The performers, in addition to the Tzu Chi Sign Language team, Taiwanese singers, and international singers, all come together with the support of volunteers.
The artist Paul Bubrin is a very famous singer in the Haitian community. Another female singer, she is Ecuadorian, who we knew when we were in Ecuador. She's also very enthusiastic about performing when she heard we did relief work here.
Tzu Chi volunteers warmly invite everyone to make donations for the coronavirus pandemic. They've already exceeded $1 million in donations, giving this concert a great head start.
Affected by the pandemic, Tzu Chi Academy in Chicago utilized a drive-through distribution to give out learning materials to students before the school reopens. Here's more.
Ever since the pandemic, the Tzu Chi Academy Chicago's teachers gather at the Jingsi Hall for the first time as they prepare students for the school's opening.
Today is the distribution of learning materials, and the flow we designed today is based on the safest drive-through method. Parents go from one stop to the other to pay and pick up learning materials, as there are a total of 5 stations.
我们总共设了5个站，资料检查、缴费、制服、学习包领取，以及最后送上金舍师傅的祝福。非常平安哦！谢谢你们也是。我觉得安排的。
I think the event is very good, especially for COVID. We go in and out knowing very well what's happening, and its fest too is very nice.
The setting is very safe and organized. Thank you, Tzu Chi.
Upon this visit, I feel that the setting is quite surprising. It's very professional and it feels very warm. It's like returning to my home.
A new semester means a new start, yet the serious attitude towards the pandemic remains the same as students move on.
In Kaohsiung, Da'ai mothers specially planned activities for students to express their gratefulness to their teachers. Take a look at the event.
The teachers are dancing in front of the students as some of them come out to express their gratitude towards the teachers. It is actually an activity planned by Da'ai mothers. On this day, the teachers put aside their seriousness so that students have the courage to express their gratitude.
As a teacher, we always have to challenge ourselves. Maybe the teachers are quite different from their usual dignity, so the students are a bit surprised. But I think through teachers' guidance, the students can show their lively and innocent characters.
The students of Zhuaying Elementary School are lively and sincere, while those of Xinzhuang Elementary School show their gratitude to the teacher with sign language songs. The sign language songs also make them more empathetic with the plight of the hearing-impaired students. This is taught by Da'ai mothers.
Tzu Chi Da'ai mothers have been implementing character education and life education in our morning time.
Seeing the respect from every child to the teachers is actually worth doing it.
It's the greatest reward for the teachers and Da'ai mothers to see students work hard and express gratitude.
This year marks the 15 years since the establishment of the Taipei Tzu Chi Hospital, which have treated patients from various disasters. In the following report, we get to know Dr. Zhao Youchen, the current superintendent of the hospital, and find out about his never-give-up attitude.
21号晚间，机关署大追溯病毒开记者会，
希望能够尽快能够找到感染源。
When COVID-19 exploded earlier this year, Taipei Tzu Chi Hospital held an emergency meeting to discuss prevention methods before the Lunar New Year break in Taiwan.
How will it spread? You need to stimulate it, so you can have a better idea.
With the superintendent in charge, he leads everyone into this battle of the unknown. Zhao Youchen doesn't give up easily when he's tasked with the challenge, just like he has in the past.
As the superintendent, it's our duty to lead everyone. It's a spirit that we need to unite everyone and be in harmony. Everyone can use their wisdom, which is our most powerful tool, and the role our hospital should take on.
Besides tackling what COVID-19 has brought on this year, back in 2015, when the Formosa Fun Coast explosion happened in New Taipei City, the hospital's never-give-up spirit has saved many of the young people's lives.
我现在手上这3支是眉笔，蓝跟修眉帮我剪刀。
Wearing a mask, Dian Dian is introducing the tools in her beauty kits. Into beauty and skincare, she enrolled in a beautician course to learn the skills. You can see that she has some burn marks on her arms, as 5 years ago she was involved in the Formosa Funkos explosion. In a short amount of time, 12 explosion patients were rushed to the Taipei Tzu Chi Hospital, including Dian Dian, who had burns over 65% of her body. However, before the patients arrived, Superintendent Zhao was already at the hospital, delegating the team's various tasks for burn patient situations. Each morning after the burn victims arrived, the superintendent would make personal visits to the intensive care unit to check on each patient's situation.
我来看一看今天怎么样。HB 9.4低一点。
He would carefully examine each patient's vital signs and figure out if anything is wrong. He also leads the twice-a-day expert meeting to discuss the patient's progress and the best methods to treat each patient. Despite this careful and detailed care, life continues to throw curveballs in different situations. One day in the middle of the night, Dian Dian's blood pressure dropped and her situation worsened, and many of her organs began to fail. The medical team assessed Dian Dian might not make it.
我听到之后，第一个反应就是不可以。
When I heard, my first reaction was no, not possible, because I can't fathom these numbers. When they said she may not make it, I said no. I felt like her father and I had decided we cannot give up on her this easily, so we looked into all the options to save her.
不能轻易放弃，所有方法都想上。
The superintendent's words helped inspire the medical team to look past the traditional methods and even their own experience in the situation and try to think outside the box and overcome this challenge. Thanks to their efforts, Dian Dian was able to leave the hospital after 125 days stay.
发现晨报的出院记者会。
Thanks for not giving up on me. The medical staff thought of the best way to treat me. I'm forever grateful. Find the beginning of the brow, end, and peak. This way the golden brow ratio can be drawn in.
After she was discharged from the hospital, Dian Dian worked hard at rehabilitation as well as leaving her past behind. Now she practices her beauty skills on her mother like a phoenix rising from the ashes.
I hope to one day have my own workshop where I can help someone else as well as myself.
Thank you to Tzu Chi Hospital and all the staff for helping people like us.
The water park's explosion, though, left its mark on these young lives, has brought in plenty of loving care from Tzu Chi's medical team. The hospital's never give up attitude has propelled their lives with hope once more.
我想最高兴的就是看到。
It makes me the happiest to see patients regain their health, and then go out into society and become someone useful by helping another. That's what makes me the happiest, and something that I look forward to the most.
最期待的事，其实就是这样。
Before the Double Ninth Festival, the mayor of New Taipei City visited 102-year-old grandma Zhang Zhu, who is still very healthy and energetic. We'll leave you with these images. Thank you and goodbye.